Sorry, 3, 2,
Ah,
1, go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to FanView. Welcome to another episode to talk about the greatest sport in the world and what we love best. And I'm here with 3 of my colleagues. Jesse, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm finally out of the Carabao Cup, so we can focus on the league.
GB, how are you doing?
Fine, just punch someone else.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I'm good. Even though we have been thrown out of the Carabao Cup, I'm good.
So that means it looks like with Liverpool joining Man City, Burnley joining Man U, it looks like Carabao is coming to Manchester. Don't ask me that red or blue, but it looks like it's coming to Manchester.
So we all know it won't be red, so please rest.
Well, then let's talk about the fixtures for this weekend and talk about the World Cup squads that we've seen. We've seen some amazing World Cup squad and we've seen some World Cup squad that have been like questioning. But then, GB, let me start with you. Which squad have you seen that has been the best so far?
For me, I think like going to this World Cup, I think Brazil is most likely. Like to me, I feel like they're the favorites personally. I feel like they really have like good players, like especially like front, like from their midfield upwards. Their defense, yeah, maybe. I think Thiago Silva is still at the top of this game, and then Marquinhos is still there. And I don't know who their fullbacks are. I don't know who their fullbacks
Teles and Daniel Alves.
Okay, Teles and Daniel. That doesn't sound very convincing.
And
Yeah.
Alexandro.
Okay. Yeah, maybe Alexandro is fine, but Teles, Daniel Alves. I mean, like no, there's like I don't think there's any squad that's going to the World Cup.
Okay, and
like,
Danilo as well.
Okay, Danilo. Okay, sure. So I don't think like there's anybody that's going to the World Cup like every position is the best. That's not possible. But as long as you're able to like get very, very, very good players, so I think Brazil is very good, and I think Argentina too is a very, very good shout out because Martinez and Romero's centre back partnership is like it looks like scary and downturn. Yeah, I don't really like France son. I don't really like France like squad. I feel like there's some very, very important guys that used to be there like one way or the other are not there. And then they have to like usher in new players and young guys. But, I mean, that's why it's the World Cup. There'll be surprises along the way.
I mean, you guys are talking about Teles as if it was a bad fullback. But I mean, it's not good. He's not good in Prem, but he's good in other leagues. I mean, he has played on Champions League.
He has been good in
He has been bad in La Liga.
But I mean, he did well with Prem in Porto. So
In Portuguese league.
was he not playing Champs?
Nunes was the star man here now.
Okay, which squad have you seen that has been the most disappointing?
I think it would be France. Because like I don't even know what is wrong with their coach. Why is he even taking 25 players when his squad is not even that good? I don't know. France, I don't feel like France are going to do anything this World Cup. Like they will definitely qualify from their group, probably get to the round of the quarterfinal. Like I feel like they will perform poorly because the midfield they have to believe in Chumani, Guendouzi, and the likes for their midfield. These are players that they've not experienced this kind of level before.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Their defense also. I'm not just convinced because now they want to use Lloris. Lloris is a bastard. They can just decide to just have a brain fart at any time. So I don't know. I'm not because for France, apart from their front line, I don't think there's any other position that is inspiring confidence. I think it should be France for me right now. It should be France now.
Okay, Jesse. The last. Okay, what did you say?
I wanted to say that I don't get what you guys are saying because I feel France's team is the strongest to me. Personally.
Strongest.
I think that their midfield is not as strong as it used to be, but it is decent. And at the moment now, things are not going to be going through that midfield anymore. It's going to be going from Varane to either Mbappe or Dembos.
But don't you think if they face a very good team, they are going to like overrun that midfield?
But
A midfield of
you are saying overall their
Guendouzi,
midfield as if they are midfield.
Kamavinga, and Chouamani. It is now because they are
That
using.
midfield is not
They are,
weak.
I feel like they are going to use.
Wait,
I feel
yo.
like that. No, we are not arguing now. We are just talking.
We're just talking like men now.
I feel like those like a midfield of Guendouzi, Kamavinga, like those are three players like they've not experienced this level before in their life.
Yeah,
Like
but
if there
this is
was
what makes it's pressure that makes diamonds at the end of the day. You know,
what is
Tchouameni
which of
coming
them
into
diamonds?
No, I feel like Tchouameni is okay. Like
Tchouameni going to
you
the
see
Madrid
perform.
team. They were wondering why is he going to
But
take over?
Tchouameni is performing in Madrid's midfield because there's Cruz and Modric to like show him.
No, but his individual
But
defensive
does not have
performances are very good.
I'm not saying
They are very
that,
good.
but I'm telling you, he has been able to perform this well because he has people that are like guiding you and all that. But we can't say the same with
What I believe is
Francis.
like,
Okay, GB.
like for France, right? Like they've had like since like 2016, like they've had that core midfield of Pogba.
Yeah, you get
Matuidi has always been there, and then from 2016 to Euros to World Cup.
like
So I feel like that base, like that's been like Pogba has always been performing. Like for France, Pogba has always been like exceptional. Like, we all know that, even if he doesn't play well for Man United.
Pogba has always been their best midfielder for years.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Surprise can happen.
Okay,
but I'm not convinced.
Okay, Jesse. Where I'll support you in when you talk about France squad is the last 3 World Cups, the last former champions have not been able to leave their group stage, and they've always gone out on their group stage. We bring in these new players. Do you think it adds hunger? People that have not won the World Cup, this makes it a different challenge, and this makes their squad better.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like now these players are going to be challenged to show the talents that they have in the squad, and they are going to definitely show that. But I just feel like you are basing it on the fact that every single player has to be world class. There's no team that has every single position player world class. They have like some positions that are filled with talents and upcoming players, and these players are in form in their domestic leagues. They are playing very well. So I just feel like, and you still have the likes of Theo Hernandez in that left back position. He's one of the best left backs in the world right now, definitely, because he plays really well in the AC Milan team. And then they still have the centre back partnership of Konate and Varane. That's a very strong partnership. If Varane can stay fit and healthy, that's a very strong partnership. Right back, you can still play this guy Koundé or Pavard as right back. That's a very strong back line, considering the fact that you could see other teams back line. That is a very, very strong back line. Those are players are playing at the top levels in top clubs. And the midfield itself, the Tchouameni, the Guendouzi, these are players that are good. They have been good for the past 2 or 3 seasons now. Even though like you might see Guendouzi as like an Arsenal reject or something like that, they've been really good. And then you now go to their front line, you see Dembele, who has the most assists this year. I think it's only Messi that has more assists than him this calendar year. And then you now have Mbappe, who is Mbappe. You know what he brings to the team. So I think that they will be able to do very well. And my pick is still France to win the World Cup. I think they will go back to back. And then they are bringing in Benzema, one of the best strikers in the world, into their team. I just think that they're going to have enough. And even if they're going to struggle in some games, this is the chance that they're going to show why they were world champions. And they're going to get through games, even though it's like an Mbappe run that will give them the goal or something. I feel like they're able to get through a lot of games.
Yeah, I think you have a point. To be honest, I think like thinking about it, yeah, you do have a point. But still, I still think like there are like still like question marks because that France team,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
Yeah, they have a lot of controversies, like a lot. Especially like I think the last Euros about this Rabiot's mom and Mbappe's family and all of that. But yeah, you are right. So yeah, I think you have your point. Yeah.
I think the worst squad I've seen this or the most underwhelming is definitely Portugal. I feel like Portugal's team is not looking really good. I think they're going to struggle this World Cup.
We're going to move to that. We're just
Sorry, double Christmas.
I don't understand what's going on. Okay.
Maybe join from his laptop and
yes.
Can you leave with your phone here? Okay. Don't worry. I was going to say something now. Well, we're going to talk about the weekend's Premier League. Well, I think we're going to have to make a section where we talk about the World Cup. But before we move to Premier League now, we're going to talk about three countries that everybody will be looking at, which is Portugal, Argentina, and because we support the Big Six in Prem, I think we should talk about England. First, GB, what was your reaction when you saw the England squad, and how strong do you think they can be?
Yeah, I expected Southgate to bring out that line. There's something about international football, you have to like consider form, which is very true. But a lot of times you have to consider what are the guys that have been in this team up to this moment. Because like when you play international games, it's different from club games. The intensity, the pressing, it feels international games are like slower at times. Like it really helps Pogba when playing with France. The game is slower, you have more control in the midfield if you do have players that are good enough. And then so I think for England, right? So I think for Southgate, like it's always been like so far it's been like he has been moving upwards, right? From World Cup semi-final exit to Euros losing at the finals. And so I would expect him if I were in his shoes personally, I would expect some of those club players I believe like give me the best to still be there. And then it's going to be really difficult to put so you have to like find a balance between form and those guys that are there because now the World Cup is like faster. Before I think you usually have like 23 days before the World Cup starts, but now it's like 10, 11, 12 days now.
Yeah.
So you really have to consider some players that are like in form because probably they will bring the form from the club into it, and then you also have to consider players that have like been settled in the team right from time. And so bringing in Callum Wilson and Madison, yeah, I feel like okay, he's taking those, and then Ben White, I think he's taking those guys based on form. Like, okay, you are playing well right now, can you bring it to the squad like immediately, even if you don't expect to start? And then selections like Walker and Calvin Phillips and Maguire and Sterling, I think it's based on these are the guys that have always been there since like World Cup 2016, and I really believe I can still trust them. It could backfire. It's good and it could also work fine because international football is so funny that you could have players are like 34, 35, 36 still playing well for their countries, like irrespective, Imagine someone like Lukaku. Lukaku is like an absolute beast if he plays with Belgium. It's like if you check his goals, it's like way crazy. And so that's why I feel like Southgate's pick is that, England has so many players, right? You cannot pick all of them. I'm so sorry, like someone like Tomori is left out, or Tammy Abraham, or guys like that. I mean, they have a chance to be there. They have a chance to say, okay, I'm supposed to be there. But it's difficult. You just have to pick 26. And then you really have to pick those guys that you trust because I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I feel you just have to do it because it's international football and there's no like club. You don't know how these guys are performing week in, week out. You don't know the latest guys are like. The best thing you can hope for is club updates, and then you go to watch some of their club matches. Like at times, you see Southgate in England watching some of these matches, but it's not there always, right? So you have to trust those guys that are doing right from the start. So that's why I feel left to me like the England selection is good. I feel it's okay, and it's unfortunate that some of these guys that could probably have a shout out there. One thing I don't know why Conor Cody is there. I don't see any reason why Conor Cody is there. I don't think it is rightful of his place, but because Southgate plays in a 3-man system, so maybe. So I think.
I mean, he has been there for England.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was there for Everton.
He has always been there for me since like from the start of Southgate's stay with them. So I think I understand most of the selections, and I think it's fine by me.
Yeah. Okay. So, just one quick question: do you think Southgate pays to go to see those matches, or do you think it's free?
Why not? Why would he pay to see? It's like, of course. In fact, like it's some of these players like they have like season tickets and they could give it to anybody if they want to. So I'm pretty sure like the club always has space for this iconic guy. Imagine the national team coach coming to watch and we are like, yeah, where's the money?
Okay. K.
Yes.
Portugal. Talk about Portugal because everybody, I know Ronaldo fans wants Portugal to win the World Cup to cement his legacy and say, "Oh, what do you think about Portugal's squad and how far do you think they can go?"
I feel like their squad is actually perfect. Like there's no position in that squad that is not covered, and most of the players, apart from Ronaldo, I feel like most of the players they called up, they're actually in form. Like from Rafael, Felix, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Neves, Cancelo, and the likes. they are all very, very good players in form. Apart from Ronaldo, and the thing is, you all know Ronaldo is not someone like I need to be advertising that he's a good player. Everyone knows if Ronaldo gets his groove back, he's a beast. So I'm not expecting them to win. I'm not expecting them to win the World Cup at the end of the day. But like same time, I was not expecting them to win Euros also when they win it. So anything can happen. This is a cup competition. I think the last Euros, Portugal qualified as what's it called? Yeah, is it best loser or something? And they went on to win the cup. So anything can happen. Anything can happen. But like for me, this World Cup, the squad I've been saying, Portugal has like the most balanced squad. They have good players everywhere. You can't say anything about their defense because they have good players there. Their midfield. Their manager, no, that guy is just riding the luck of the 2016 Euros win. Everybody knows that. But like he has the players. And the thing is, in as much as I want to like, say the guy is not a good coach and all that, he has been able to like perform with lesser players. So why like he can do probably can do more with this crop of players now? Because I feel like this is the best Portugal squad since Ronaldo started playing for them. That's what I feel like. Like he has good players everywhere. He has like everywhere. There's no in his midfield now. He has Ruben Neves, Bernardo Silva, and Bruno as a starter. And like I'm even talking about like let's say okay 3 people that are going to start kind of Ruben Neves, Bernardo Silva, and Bruno Fernandes. With him, Rafael Leao. Everybody knows on this day. I don't think there's any defender that can actually hold him down on this day. So he's going to like probably breeze through a whole lot of defenders. I better forget that James. He shall go World Cup. He go World Cup.
But you hold him twice. You hold him twice. Didn't you hold him twice?
I beg.
Didn't you hold him twice?
I hate you. See. Where they are. See, please, leave me today. Just leave me. So like I was saying, I feel like Rafael Leao can like get the best of any defender on this day. João Felix, I don't know. Atletico Madrid are actually holding that guy, but despite the fact that he's playing for Atletico Madrid, like he still has very, very decent output. So, and Ronaldo is Ronaldo. If he decides to be good, he can be fucking good. So I feel like for me, Portugal squad is like one of like most balanced squad. But if I'm going to support anybody to win the World Cup, to be Brazil, because I don't just see how anybody's going to stop that squad. I don't just see how. But for me, the squad, there's no. I don't think I can remove any player. I don't think I can remove any player or add any player. The squad is perfect for me.
Okay, Jesse. So let's talk about the most deformed team in internationals now. Argentina. They've not lost since when? I don't know.
I think Argentina.
What is it?
I think about 30-something games now.
Yeah. So Messi fans want Messi to win the World Cup too. What do you think? What do you think about Argentina and how their chances? I mean, that squad just came out now. Just came out today. So what do you think about it?
I've not seen their squad for the World Cup, but Argentina always be one of the favorites to win the tournament. Yeah, they are really good. They are really good, but I don't know. I don't just feel like Argentina will win it personally because I just feel like their defense still has like some way to go in a way because we might still say, oh, it's Martinez and Romero. But the first thing is that a club form is different from country form, and those two guys they might have one or two mistakes in them. And they are fullbacks as well. I don't think there's who are Argentina's fullbacks. Acuna.
They have fullbacks.
They have Acuna and they have
Tagliafico and they have Foyt.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that defense will be what is going to make or mar them in this tournament. I feel like that is the key point for them.
I mean, I think in South America they are the best defense.
Yeah, but that's South America. They're not facing.
Their defense is bad. They have a Messi that is in the form of his life right now. That guy alone is like he's balancing everything. They can't concede to another guy 4 goals. You can never write Messi off when he's on this kind of form. Like
Messi actually has 11 complete like positions. Like
Sure.
so yeah.
So like even
Yeah.
though Ronaldo is my goat and all that, I know Messi when he's on this kind of form, it's very, very hard.
It's very, very hard, yeah. So I know it's been difficult to stop them, but I feel like that's just going to be where it's going to affect them because they were in South America. They were not facing the Brazil, Portugal. I'm sorry, they're not facing the Portugal, France, the top European teams week in and match day after match day. If they face Brazil today, maybe next week they'll face Bolivia, they'll face some Paraguay, something like that, Peru. So yeah, they're not facing like the best teams. So you cannot just judge it on like that alone. But I just feel like that defense is what is going to be the deciding factor if they can go far or not. And for the Brazil squad, I feel like that same squad is very similar to what they took in 2018. So a lot of people have been hyping that squad. This maybe it's because of like players are in form or something, but it's very similar to the same squad they took last time. So, well, I still said that my favorite to win this tournament is France. So
this time around, Brazil have a better midfield this time around. Though. They have a better midfield this time around.
Who is their midfield? Casemiro and Fred.
they have this guy now, this Newcastle guy. There's Bruno.
But you know that Bruno is not going to smell pitch.
Bruno Guimaraes. He could
come
start
on as a
now.
sub.
Could start alongside Casemiro, but I don't know, right? Like international is so that's it. That's something
loves
about
those guys. Tite loves Casemiro and Fred, and now that
the thing is, international coaches they love.
Once they have their
they always love their old guys. They always love their old guys.
And now that he's even playing they are playing together in Man U week in, week out, you will just say, that means he's
Did they go to Paqueta?
Yeah, they went Paqueta.
I can't remember. Did they go to Paqueta?
Yeah, they did. He's going.
So they have. I don't know. I feel like even if they are not going to start, these are players. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if this Bruno guy is not going to, even this Paqueta, if they're not going, but like these are players that when they come in, they can like make a whole lot of difference.
They can, and
so,
again,
compared to the last World Cup, they didn't have that kind of midfield.
But just so you really have to know, I think Brazil are the favorites.
All right.
They are seriously.
I think with that defense again.
Yeah.
Guy, they cannot play Daniel Alves and get away with it.
But my favorite is Argentina. No, that's mine.
Okay,
it's not Argentina. Your favorite is Messi. Don't cover your face.
I would love personally. I would love Belgium to win it, but
I don't know. I would love Belgium to win it too. Just because
they are not going to win it. Just because love it, but they are not going to win it. They are not going to win it.
And personally, I think that Belgium squad, if you think about it, their centre backs have improved. They brought in younger guys that can play that role. That Leicester guy, that phase is from Belgium, is going to the World Cup. So I feel like they are.
It's going to be Vertonghen, Alderweireld, and probably that third guy that is on, or Denaya, or that third guy that
Denaya doesn't have a club. He doesn't have a club, so
no.
And then
he couldn't get a club in time, so he's not going. I think he's the boss to start, and that the boss guy is really good. He's very good.
But how sweet will it be if Hazard just finds his form back and
wins it?
If Hazard
you're just stressing yourself. That guy does not
this guy is like Zami. He has no form to find anymore. He's done.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't like GB.
What? I really like when we tell ourselves the truth. Like, to be honest, Hazard is not anymore. Like, don't put out.
Hazard is not there now.
The reason why he's not doing it as you put it is because he doesn't like him. He doesn't play him.
He doesn't play him, yes, but like this guy gets injured. How do you want to build your squad around?
He has not been injured for about 7 months now.
Like, that's it now. Do you want him to replace Vinicius or like Rodrigo? Like right
there's
now.
Nobody for him to replace now.
Before Rodrigo entered back into his form, Hazard was still there, but he did not still playing.
There was
now that even when Benzema got injured, that same match when Benzema got injured, he subbed on Hazard. Hazard got a goal and an assist. Hazard did not start the next match. So you can see that this type of.
Don't worry, you will watch him in World Cup now.
You have the
I don't-
time to watch him starting.
KDB, the one is on KDB. Do you know?
I beg.
What?
Let's move on. Girl, say,
I'm telling you, that's going to run the show.
This
for
guy,
Belgium.
this Oncho guy, na hater.
Bro, even the bad,
Yes,
even
a
the
lot.
Belgium team.
Abba, I
Even
said
the
KDB
Belgium
is the
team,
best
both
Premier
of
League
them.
midfielder.
When Hazard, it's only when Hazard
Why
and
do you now want
KDB
to
are
move
playing
on when he's
together.
talking about KDB?
No, I just love
To be
Hazard. I
honest,
said.
When Hazard and KDB don't play together, Belgium always play bad and they always lose.
what? Didn't they play together in 2018 World Cup?
They
Yes,
said,
and they came third.
2014, sorry.
and they
The one that KDB scored against Brazil.
They were still young now. They were
see you
old
now.
already.
Come on now.
The one, yes, now. It was France that beat them out of the last World Cup.
That time,
Yes,
Hazard was not even in
Yeah.
Chelsea. Hazard was not even in Chelsea that time.
Hazard was still at Chelsea now. When was it not Hazard that took like the third best player? Like, okay, that's 2014. I don't even know again. Well, let's move on, please.
Come on. Let's move on to the Premier League. I think
Okay.
every other leagues are going on break. They're not playing this weekend apart from Premier League and Bundesliga.
Trust us now.
Yes.
They always want to give us
I think
entertainment
France
to
are
the
still,
end.
France are still playing now, right?
Are they?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
French
think
league.
so.
French league is still going on.
Oh, okay. So Man City versus Brentford tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 GB. How do you see this opponent?
Wow, that's a tough match.
That's a very tough match.
What is the tough match?
But
Brentford,
Man City is home now. Man City is home.
Tony.
Right?
Atletia. My head is
Tony.
Atletia. Why are you stressing yourself, bro?
Tony.
Who is that?
funny enough,
Serie A playing this weekend. No?
oh,
Yeah, Serie A.
that means how do you think they're playing then? Oh,
Yeah. So if
Only
you
La
ask me,
Liga.
right? I think Brentford. To be honest, I don't see Brentford being an issue. To be honest, like I do not see Brentford being an issue. Maybe at the beginning they might try to one thing, they won't press high. They would not even dare, because if they dare, they'll be finished. They won't, and if they sit deep, it makes it worse because they will. Alan is going to start tomorrow, and I know that. And I know once Alan plays at home, they go.
Another hat-trick.
how do
Once
you
he
get
plays
so
at home,
confident?
once Alan plays at home at Etihad, no stress, bro. I'm going to win, no stress. And if I lose,
I feel like in this show we should stop talking about Man City, because when we just talk about Man City, Jibril just come and say, "Wait, are you guys seriously asking me this question? You're asking me about like."
I can't wait for that player to leave. Let them bring Steve Bruce as your manager.
What threat do you think Brentford can cause Man City tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. For me, like GB said, Man City is like 90% sure of winning that match. But there's the chance for Brentford, because we all know Brentford, like, if they are able to, get a little bit of control in the match, they are able to, eat Man City on the counter, then they can be very, very dangerous. So I feel like for Brentford, it's more of probably not conceding early, because once Man City smells blood, they are like shark. They are going to eat you up. Once anything that makes Man City score, like in the first 10, 15 minutes, Brentford should just go and sleep. They should forget it. But with Brentford, they can always hit you on the counter and you are going to regret it. And like GB said, I'm very sure they won't press high. Pressing Man City high is like, I don't know, swallowing sniper. You're killing yourself. You are killing yourself, especially a Brentford team that don't actually have good pressers. Is it Ivan Toney that's going to be pressing?
Jesus, don't say Brentford
think
don't have
that-
good pressers
I don't
now.
think-
Come on.
Did you watch that United
They don't
match?
have. They don't. They don't have good pressers. They don't have good pressers.
Do you watch the United match?
I
I
watched
watched
it
it now.
United Brentford.
I feel like
Yeah.
at the beginning of the match, even at the beginning of the match, they were not pressing. It was not until they were able to press Eriksen at a time they got the ball from him. That was when I said these people mumu. That was when they now started pressing you guys. I don't think Brentford has good pressers,
No.
so I don't think they're going to press massive.
I think the last person I tried.
They'll probably
But to
And
be honest,
Yeah,
yeah,
Arsenal,
it's
Brighton
true.
can press anybody. That
It's
team
true.
has
Brentford doesn't.
and
They
Brighton
don't
has no
press.
respect for.
bypass the whole press.
Hey, now Brentford don't press.
Brentford
Brighton is
don't
the
press
only
like that.
is the only mid. Brighton is the only mid-table team that don't have respect for anybody. They will come, they will press your life.
Leeds
Your
press
life
as
beats their
well.
life. They don't care.
Leeds,
Yeah, Leeds also.
Leeds press as well.
Leeds
Yeah,
also.
but like
They also.
they
They
do
also.
it maliciously.
But like Leeds does that like sometimes they will do something. But Brighton, anytime, just wake them up, they are ready to press you. So for me, I feel like there's still an outside chance for Brentford getting anything from the match. Yeah, there's an outside chance of that. But I feel like everything depends on how clinical Tony is going to be that day. First of all, like clinical, Tony has to be very, very good because no matter how good you want to play against Man City, you're not going to get a lot of chances. If you play your best, you probably be limited to like probably 3 or 4 chances against Man City. So you have to try to score 3 out of those 4 chances for you to have a chance of beating Man City. Because Man City with Haaland now, if you are beating them 1-0, just know you are playing 0-0. Because once Haaland is starting, Haaland is already 1-0 up. So I don't know. It's quite difficult to beat
So
this time around. It's actually
it's true because even when you score 2-0, you are not still sure you are going to win that match against.
And now you're not so sure of beating. See, imagine Newcastle now, the high flying Newcastle 3-1.
Yeah.
They were still unable to keep that. Liverpool just did it because Liverpool.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So that is just it. I don't know. Man City is actually very, very like now they are more difficult to beat because then you can feel like okay, if you limit the wingers from playing, there's nothing to do. But bro, Haaland does not even need a full chance for him to score. So you just have to pray for Haaland to be. You can't even pray for Haaland to be off form because he can't be off form. So I don't even know what to do. Like probably just pray to God for God to just give you the win. I don't know. I don't know. There's an outside chance for Brentford actually, but like everything depends on Tony being very, very good. Because apart from Tony, that team is shit.
Thank you viewers for coming, and on our comments, Inde Iwokoro Egbera said Nigerians will win the World Cup.
Bueno, always his name is going to lose like 300 chances. So, like I said, I feel like everything depends on Tony for me.
Oh, Emmanuel said GB. If I no start, we go fight too.
I put up for my FPL.
You don't captain
I put my FPL. I captained the guy for my FPL last time because of you.
My own captain this weekend, I know Nezu.
No worries.
I wanted to even do triple captain.
Last match.
I wanted to even do triple captain GB.
Let's give you one go now. Let me give you one go now. Why?
I wanted to do triple. GB told me he was in training.
Am I Pep? Leave me.
Okay. GB, what's your score? What's your score prediction?
4-0.
Hey, Subhanallah, son.
Okay,
why do they do like this?
Okay, your score prediction.
I feel like it's going to be a 2-1.
Jesse.
I want to go 4-1.
Okay, so let's
GB has been convinced me.
Let's move to Liverpool versus Southampton. This is a very tricky one for Liverpool. Jesse, what threat do you think Southampton could give Liverpool tomorrow? But it's that future.
Well, I don't think that Southampton had really the factor here. I just think that Liverpool have been very, very poor this season.
And remember, Southampton just changed their coach also.
Yeah, and they just changed their coach too.
Oh, they did? I didn't even know. Wait, they sacked also.
Yeah. And they bought one guy from second division. Forgotten his name.
Relegation logged in.
Yeah.
Well, Salah is scoring tomorrow.
Nunes is scoring tomorrow. Nunes.
Yeah, and especially the fact that he's in the Anfield Stadium. So I don't think that Southampton will be able to beat them, especially the fact that they are in the transition now that they've lost their manager that loses 9-0 every season. So yeah.
But he has been keeping them up now. So
yeah, but I just think that this match is going to be Liverpool all the way.
Liverpool all the way. So what's your score prediction, Jesse?
I'm going to just go with a humble one. I'll just go with 3-0 Liverpool.
GB.
I think I'll be humble too. 3-0.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
hold
me,
on.
I'm not 5 new G 5 new.
I swear.
Wow.
Let me just say, if you are watching this, please do not carry Liverpool. Tomorrow is going to be very tricky for them.
This
Because the
guy.
last time we all said this thing
I
against
swear.
they beat Liverpool.
I don't know why. I
Nah.
just feel like Southampton will win tomorrow, 1-0. I don't
You
know.
always
Okay.
feel like that.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
carry-
always-
I don't think we even remember that Southampton was in the Premier League again. Me, I don't remember. I don't remember last time I watched their match. I don't remember last time I watched any of
their
their matches.
performance has actually improved now. So I don't know. I don't know. Southampton are not going to do anything that much. 5 new, if not more than.
Okay, so let's go to one of the biggest matches. Tottenham versus Leeds tomorrow.
Why is it one of the biggest?
I mean,
don't
I don't
expect-
understand. I was expecting. I was going to look say, actually Chelsea, Liverpool, I'll be Chelsea, Arsenal, I'll be something they play.
like every big six is playing a small team now. A small team per se. Like I feel like Leeds. Okay, Chelsea, Newcastle. Jefferson Newcastle is the biggest, but let's talk about Leeds Tottenham. GB, where do you think that match can be won and lost for?
I think that should be the question should be for K. Because it's K that wants to talk about Tottenham.
Okay. So
Okay, why are you making this about me wanting to talk about Tottenham?
I'm giving you on the place now. Oh, yeah.
No, don't make it sound that way. I'm not concerned about whatever is happening with Tottenham. Seriously. I'm not concerned
Blah, blah,
about them. Blah blah blah, kill you there.
okay, you cannot be concerned about people that are below you now.
Definitely now. I need someone higher. I need someone above me for me to be concerned.
Nobody.
Jesse.
Nobody.
So for the match
Okay.
against Leeds, I don't know. Tottenham has been doing it this season. They have always been, getting away to like grind out results and all that. So
Yeah.
for me, I feel like they should probably still be able to win the match. But the match is a 50-50, if I'm going to say, because Leeds are the kind of team like they play with a type of energy, very, very fast energy. So I don't know. Tottenham probably, because of Kane. Kane can score Tottenham and, Kane can just come from nowhere and score out one chance and that is the end of the match. But I feel like Leeds have the players that can actually hurt them very well. This Aronson from this American guy.
Yeah, from Salzburg.
Very, 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 very good player. Like that guy, I've never seen that guy tired before. That guy, I don't know, maybe he's carrying battery everywhere or power bank or something. He's always having energy. Then there's Rodrigo. I think he's in a good form this season. And there's Harrison with their set pieces. So I feel like Leeds have players to hurt them if they can. So the match for me is a 50-50, but I will still, pick Tottenham because Tottenham, they always find a way to just grind out this kind of matches, grind out the results from it. But it's a 50-50 match for me. Where the match will be won and lost for me is how well Leeds are able to contain Kane, and for Tottenham too, how well they are going to limit Leeds from running rampant on the field. But they have to stop them from running around because the moment you allow Leeds have the time to run around, the space to run around, then I think that was what killed Liverpool. Liverpool forgot all about defending in that match, going for that one goal, and Leeds being Leeds started running everywhere, and the chance came out. So for me, for the two teams, it depends on how well Leeds are going to be able to contain Kane. Because for now, I don't think Tottenham have anything to do in attack that much that to depend on Kane to just produce that moment. And yeah, I think Kulu's back now.
Yeah.
So maybe that's going to give. I think maybe Kulu is going to give them a lift this time around. I don't know. Maybe they are going to play better this time around because of that. But for me, I feel like the game will be won with how good these are going to. Tottenham are going to mix from running around. For me, that's just it.
Okay, Jesse, Conte has come out to say that when a team has quality, they don't. When a team has quality against Tottenham, they tend to dominate the game and destroy Tottenham. What do you think? What do you think?
Did you say like that, like literally?
Yeah, he said it. He said, yeah, that was it. What did huh?
My dollar has been smoking weed.
This is your mentor now fraud.
What do you think that comes? What do you think that comes out to? Is it that there's not enough quality in the Tottenham squad, or they've not just gotten?
Well, I just feel like it comes down to them not playing to their potential or playing to the form that they had at the end of the last season. Because you can see a drop in performances because of the little mistakes that they will make now in matches, over committing to applying pressure or under committing and then conceding goals. So you can see there's a drop in the performance and the tempo of their game. I think that's where the comment is coming from Conte. So, and it's even small teams that have the quality, like anyone with quality in their team, they are able to punish Spurs.
Okay. GB.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask something now, Jesus.
So, yeah.
What do you think Tottenham? What step do you think that Tottenham needs to take? Because everybody's talking about they've not started playing well. They will soon start. When they start playing well, they'll be better and everything. They tend to finish in top 4. I was going to ask, do you think they can finish it? Do you think they have? Do you think they are going to be able to turn their season around and play better, or do you think it's just going to get terrible from now?
I think one very funny thing is, despite the fact that I feel like Tottenham performances are not at the level that we expect them to be, it's just funny that if they should turn their season around more than they are right now, that means they'll probably be fighting for the league title, because that's what the table suggests.
Yeah.
If Tottenham are performing better than this, then that means they'll probably be fighting for first or second. I think they're very, very close to the third, if not. Are they the third even?
Yeah.
I don't know if they are the third. Okay.
There are 3 points. They're 3 points behind Newcastle.
Okay, they're 3 points behind Newcastle. So if they are performing better than this, that means they're close. So it's just we are expecting them to perform better, which means
sorry, they're 1 point behind Newcastle. Sorry, we'll continue.
I feel they are I think if you had asked Conte, honestly, going into this season where he would want to be by the time World Cup is coming, I think if you should tell him that he will be here at this point and a point behind the third, I think he wouldn't really dispute okay, I think that's fine. But I think what has been surprising is the performances. I feel we all expect okay, fine, you are getting the point, but can you just have some good performances to back it up? And I think now that they have Kulusevski, it's a added advantage, because you could say in the Liverpool's match, as soon as it came, it was almost less than 5 to 10 minutes, he already had an assist for Kane, which I think Kane improved the quality of that assist because he took the goal really, really well. But you could see the threat that Kulusevski could offer, immediately he was inside the game. And then I was seeing one stat today about Perisic being one of the most dangerous players in the league right now, by the amount of chances he has been able to create, slash the finishing has not been I don't know how to say it, but by the amount of chances by minute or something, I think it's one of the most dangerous right now. And I think it's playing a little bit forward, it's playing like a wing back, but it's occupying more dangerous crossing positions. So and I think this could be a banana skin for Tottenham, because Leeds are quite funny. Right, these are quite funny. They tend to play very well against the big guys. If you observe, they've had a lot of about 60% of the points they've had this season has actually come from the big teams. They've beaten Chelsea 3-0. They've beaten Liverpool 1-0. Yeah, so I think. So I think they've found their way against the big guys this season. And it's good. I think it probably would be my match to watch for this weekend. But I still expect Tottenham to probably find a way, like he said, find a way to win in some way. But But they could, if they're not careful, they could find themselves like behind the game, and then Tottenham starts chasing. But I was also before I go, I was also reading this stat about Leeds, right? Like Leeds performances have them like way higher in the table than they are in terms of their XG and goals considered and all of that. But like there's sort of like context to it. So Leeds is like a team that plays better when they're like behind. Like when Leeds, like when the game is equal, the amount of chances that Leeds create is like small. Do you get? It's like when they are like 0-0 or like 0-0, nobody has scored yet. The amount of chances that they've created against like expected goals and all of that starts them like correctly where they are right now. But like when they're a goal behind, they tend to create more chances. They tend to like put more pressure, like press more energy, and then they create more chances to score. And so I think yeah, if Leeds score first, I think Tottenham still has a chance. But if Tottenham scores first and then Leeds equalizes and then Tottenham starts all those rubbish that they do of not playing well in the first half and trying to find a goal later in the match, I think it could be really tricky.
Okay, Jesse, just on Leeds now. Let's just finish on Leeds now. Jesse Marsh, how would you rate his time at Leeds so far?
I won't lie, I've not really watched Leeds particularly this season, but I think that you can see the process is trying to take with the team, and they are building by every performance that they have. And I think that win against Liverpool was really a turning point for them, and it was a really good win for them. So they were able to build on that performance and then win their next match. Like I can't remember who they played, but they won their match after that. And then you can see like what is being at the club, sure. So he's a nice performance he's having at the club right now. But like we still will have to see at the end of the season.
Okay, okay, so your score prediction.
For I don't. I'm seeing it. Hello.
Yeah.
What's up? We can't hear you, Kay.
I said I'm. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I said I'm expecting a draw, probably a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw.
Okay, Jesse.
I think Tottenham will be able to win this game. I think maybe 2-1.
GB.
Yeah, I think 4-1.
Tottenham.
Yes, to be honest.
Okay.
Why move your face can't light up like this?
I don't know.
Okay, let's save the best for the last. Newcastle Chelsea. Before we talk about Newcastle Chelsea, let's talk about Wolves versus Arsenal. Okay.
Wait, what is Man United not playing the weekend? Why are you skipping the Wolves?
They're playing on Sunday.
Okay.
What is Hey. Jesus. I get so many enemies. Hey. Okay.
Yeah, nobody hates on someone that is not successful, though.
How no, like right now, yeah. Or like why waste
right now? No, right now. I'm talking about right now. They are not successful. So why is anybody hating on them?
Try.
Last time I checked, I know you're not in this thing Carabao Cup, so but
imagine.
Oh.
Something like Diggy, you have not even won it. You have not even won it.
This guy.
But they still have a chance to win it.
They don't have the chance to win it. They're just there to complete the number.
But you are not there for like
they are there to complete.
At the end of the day, Arsenal will be the lap of the season because everybody expects them to chase for the title, but they won't.
Guy, you people are just lying to yourself. Nobody's expecting Arsenal to fight for the trophy.
Oh, so what are you fighting for?
For the top 4 now.
So now you're thought to matter. You're just like putting space there in that first. Right, you're cleaning it up for them.
Maybe not. I don't know. But for me, I'm more concerned about making top 4. And now that's the fact. You try. That space where me I keep. That space, that matter where me I do. Go do them.
Bro, I'm in the process now. Come on.
You will say you never do matter for like 5 years. You follow person talk.
When was that time you play champs? I'm sorry.
You say waiting.
When was that time you play champs?
We gotta do the same level right now.
He means
Hey,
Champions
God.
League.
Everyone came here with violence.
But we gotta do
you-
the same. But we gotta do the same level right
bro,
now.
you've been in the process for 3 years. No Champions League sound. But let's move on. Let's talk about Wolves versus Arsenal.
Wait,
Oh.
one thing, it
No.
hurts when the person that is abusing
Calm.
is on the
You know
same
what? You know what? You say
I said it hurts more when the person that is abusing is on your level. You're like you.
we are
to
even
me.
on the same level. Like you are not that person, Moyo. Like you are not just that person. You are not
How?
just that person.
How?
You are not there now. You just go to Champions League to just make sure
You know
like,
the
the
first
team's up
thing.
to.
You know the first
Calm
thing.
down.
Okay,
You go to the
okay.
Champions League. Calm.
Okay.
Let's move on.
I should calm down. I'll tell you when to talk now.
God.
Okay, it's okay. Let's move on.
This guy has been in Europa
Let's
League
move
and he has not won
on.
one. But then, okay, let's talk about Arsenal versus Wolves. What do you expect? What do you expect from Arsenal?
Oh, God. What is going on?
Oh, pure 4K.
It's like K doesn't have network again. K, can you hear us?
This 14
Oh, yeah, welcome back.
service.
Arsenal Wolves, your prediction, your talk.
The guy's gone. I don't even know if I should ask about Arsenal now. Oh, okay, let's just
Yeah,
move to
we will be back now. We will be back.
okay, for the meantime, 6K, no, let's just talk about United form. This is really tricky for United, GB. What do you expect from the match?
Yeah, I think it's tricky. I think you said it. I think it's tricky. But I think to be honest, like I don't know. I think it's tricky. I think it's tricky for United. I think, but I think it's at Old Trafford, and then it's the last game before the World Cup and the home support, and I don't think Mitrovic is playing either.
No, is that in Old Trafford though?
Oh, you said United is Fulham. Is it Fulham United?
Sorry, Fulham United. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not Old Trafford. Oh,
Craven
good to be
Cottage.
hard though.
Yeah, very, very.
But still, I don't know. I think, yeah, I think Man should be able to win. I strongly think that Man should be able to win. But I would not be surprised if they don't win. I would not be surprised if Man U are not able to win. But I expect them to probably 1 point at the very least. But if Bruno plays, I think Bruno is so integral to you. And then Rashford is on fire right now. Like the way he took the second goal against Aston Villa, I just felt like this guy is really, really confident. Like he took the ball, he used his body to guide against the defender, and then it feels like that Rashford where this guy is on fire because he's the kind of guy that thrives on confidence. And I think Martial is back.
Yeah.
I think that's really positive news. I think I listened to Tenag and was talking about the attributes of Martial and why I really,
I don't
really,
know.
really
I found that disrespectful, Shabo.
I don't know. That's left to you. Whatever you find.
It was DC Ronaldo. Like
He didn't mention Ronaldo. The funny thing is, it's like all the qualities he mentioned in Martial is like he's trying to tell everyone like these are the things you don't know.
yeah, like yes.
Well, I mean, it's whoever it's left to you to choose the. It's left to you to choose the parts that you want to choose from the press conference. But still, Martial is back. Rashford is on fire. Garnacho it looks good. I don't want to say anything more than that.
Yeah, one negative though is Dalo is missing.
What's that?
Dalo, our right back.
Is he suspended?
Yeah, he's suspended.
He's always missing, right? What do you mean?
Yeah, Etel is fucking me up.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, so I don't know about Dalo, man. I don't think I care about. I don't think I don't know. I don't think. To be honest, I don't know.
I will be like that's
title contenders. I will
be like that's the only reason why I'm not really confident of the fact that he's not playing. But then let's.
You have Wan-Bissaka now, so and the both of them are the same team.
He's not entering pitch again. they rather play. Just watch. They'll play this guy.
We'll play Manasseh as a right back. But then let's move on. Score prediction for Fulham United.
1-1.
1-1. Jesse.
I'm going to go 1-0 Fulham.
Okay.
2-1 Fulham.
So now let's move to Wolves versus Arsenal. Okay, what are you expecting tomorrow from your boys?
Well,
To contenders.
I don't know. Wolves always find a way to like have a very good performance against me, but end up losing most of the time. So I probably expect
I like they
a continuation of that.
They have a new
But
manager.
they have a new coach.
Yeah,
they have a new manager. So you can never rule out a new manager bounce and all that. But still yet, even notwithstanding, even though I still feel like I should have enough to win the match. Like my boys know this is the last match before going to the World Cup. So I feel like they should be able to give their all this match. And I think I don't see a way Wolves are going to like punish me attack wise. Seriously. Like attack wise, I don't see what they can actually do that's going to like give me problems attack wise. I feel like it is more on how well my players are going to like take their chances in that match. Because Jesus can, play so fucking well and end up missing 2-3 big chances. And I don't know how he does that. He finds a way to play very well. At the same time, he finds a way to play not very well in the same match.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You mean like not being clinical?
But more clinical than Femio, yes, that's what I meant. So, for me, I feel like I should have enough to win the match. But none of my match against Wolves has ever been straightforward. It has always been tricky matches, always. So I expect more of that. But at the same time, I expect I should have enough to get the 3 points against them.
Okay. Jesse, when it comes, like you said, it's a new manager, so he can get even more tricky. When a new manager comes to a club and is playing against another club, what do you think happens? Do you think it's the manager bounce that makes them win, or do you think it's the other manager not knowing what this manager is bringing to this team that causes it, that makes it more tricky?
I think it's a lot of things because another thing is you can look at the fact that maybe the players were not playing for the manager anymore. Maybe they don't like the manager, so they're not playing for him. So now that they've left, they will have more motivation to play and win the match. So there are a lot of things that come into account. But yeah, it's just the whole like addition of the little things to one, that add up to one, a team beating, and that's when they get a new manager. But there's the best of the managers will be able to contain these kind of situations. They will have like contingency plans for each, like any scenario that arises up.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the managers like Pep. It's very difficult for even new manager bounce to affect him because he would be able to change his tactic mid-game to suit the opponent's manager and like beat him. So yeah, that's just the thing. We'll see tomorrow if Arteta can be able to adapt properly to what Lopetegui might put out on the pitch and be able to beat them if it's not what he expects. Because they might still play Bruno Lage's style of play because Lopetegui has not had time to put his style of play into the players or explain how his philosophy of football to them. So yeah, it's just a mixture of different things. But it'd be a nice match to watch. I hope Costa. I don't know if Costa is playing tomorrow.
Okay. GB. Liberté to Wolves and Emery to Aston Villa. I know they've not played much games. Liberté has not played, but when you look at it from the outside point of view, which signing do you think is a better signing for the club?
I think Emery is a better one to me. I think Emery, with the amount of resources that Villa has, and also his ability to work with. We all know Emery, right? We all know like when he's like the small guys, like the small teams. All respect to these clubs, but in comparison to like the top 6 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So he tries to like instill his ideas, and then most times it's like the players find it very easy to understand. There'll still be some mistakes in the way, like that's normal, right? But I think Emery is a better choice. But like I said, like it's football. We are all here to like just give our own gesticulations and what we think and what things can happen. So yeah, I think Emery is a better scenario to me. But Lopetegui is also quite decent. So could be nice. Wolves has like really, really good technical players. They do. Like check it. Like from Martinez to Theo to Ruben Neves to Gonzalo Guedes to
So baby
you
oil.
know to what did you call his name again?
Adama.
Why this guy mention Adama now? Why they spoil flu? Why this guy
If
mention Adama?
that guy rob baby oil tomorrow.
I heard
As opposed to give
no, I heard Jesse saying, I heard Jesse saying baby oil. So I was like, he's talking about Adama.
Yeah, be careful.
technical players, you are saying Adama.
Oh, okay, you people should be careful. If that guy robs baby oil tomorrow, I'm in trouble.
Saliba will use the baby oil do body cream.
That's a very good. That's a good battle I want to watch tomorrow. If that guy
he won't be coming up against Saliba though.
The thing that he can drift into either wing.
Cannot just say so. He does not want to do anything.
He does not know how to drift. He's always going straight.
No, if you notice, when he came back from Barca, his output has actually improved. He's crossing.
What output? Has he had 5 assists since then?
He has 3 assists since he came back.
He has 3.
Since when?
Yeah, he has 3 assists this season.
Since when?
Check his on. Since he came back.
Since when? Like since when Adama get 3 assists? We ain't to get them. Is he using assist? 1 assist counts for 3.
But we could be wrong, but I don't want to.
Okay, he has 2 goals. Sorry. He has 2 goals.
Okay.
Where Adama want to get 3 assists? He wants to.
Okay.
I love this. Tomorrow, if that guy rolls baby oil, you are in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not sure Adama has ever had a good game against me. Because who you want to use baby oil performance?
If you roast baby oil tomorrow, you are in trouble.
Okay, a chance to top the league before the World Cup. What are you expecting tomorrow? Are you expecting a good performance from Arsenal, or is it a performance where they just go fight and try and get what they can get from the game? And plus, what's your score prediction?
Well, truthfully, I like all football fans want a good performance from their club all the time. But I'm very realistic. I know I can't get good performance for 38 games. So I don't know. Whatever performance is going to be, I just want something that's going to give me the 3 points. So if it's going to be a very, very good performance, I don't mind. If it's going to be a kind of performance where you have to like dig in deep and get out, I don't mind. I just want those 3 points any which way it comes. It will be, and now that's what I just want now. Like the more points I can rack up right now, the better for me, because after the World Cup, there will be a whole lot of matches to play. And the fact is, no matter who you are Man City, you are anything, all clubs are going to drop a whole lot of points too in that running. So the more points you can actually pick up now, the better for you. That is the fact now, GB. You know that is the fact. Like there's no way.
Wait till I rack up 97 points again.
I'm not. Yeah, you might even end up racking up 100 points plus. But the fact is, in that running, like the first 4-5 games after the World Cup, I'm not sure there's anything that's going to pick up maximum points from it, because your players will probably be coming back with fatigue and all that. You have to start managing them and all that. So I feel like the more points you can rack up now before the World Cup, the better for you at the end of the day. So that's what I don't mind if I'm going to get the 3 points with whatever performance. I just want the 3 points because it's very, very important.
Okay, so score prediction.
Score prediction. Our games are always very, very tight. So maybe 2-0 or 3-0.
Nah, tight game without you.
Then try now. I've run riots.
And GB, score prediction tomorrow.
1-1.
Jesse.
I'm going to, if Adama plays, 2-1.
Okay, so now let's talk about the big one, Newcastle versus Chelsea. Third versus seventh.
Seventh, yes.
Jesse.
Shameless.
Yes, seventh, yes.
Jesse, so what are you expecting from your boys tomorrow?
To be honest, I don't think we're going to win. So at least let us not just concede stupid goals. That's my one. let's just like humble ourselves to after World Cup. Let's just use this game and like even if you can get draw 0-0 draw, even if like we don't create any chance, at least let's just make it to the World Cup. That's my own. I'm not expecting much from this match because I know that this is still his formative period. This is the period where he's going to use to know his team. Because after the World Cup, I'm guessing that a lot of injuries would have been resolved and players will be back. So this is still the process where he's trying to find out his best 11. Because I think Chelsea have, like, there was a start I saw that Chelsea had made the most changes to their first 11 this season. So it's obvious that the manager does not know his proper first 11 yet. Well, I'll just say, I just hope that tomorrow he gives Akin Ziyech a chance to play because he played well against Man City. He created most of our chances that other players kept on wasting. So I'm just hoping that at least he give players like him, Zakaria, an opportunity to play tomorrow, like to show what they can give to our team, because obviously they can improve our squad. So yeah, that's just it. I'm hopeful.
GB, so let's talk about Newcastle. How impressed have you been with the house work?
100% impressed. I think we've talked about this on recent, right?
Yeah.
I think it was Jason I was talking about them. I think we were talking about money and club and stuff. Yeah. So you like 100% impressed, 100% impressed. The funny thing is, even a lot of those players that they spent money on, I think particularly Isak has not even like been in the team like that long. It's like some of these players that they have are now rejuvenated. Like it's like Cameron is just one like the best player like last month, like same Cameron that couldn't do anything reasonable. Like in the past 3 to 4 seasons, he's been in the league, and now this season he looks a different person. I mean that's what yeah.
And one player.
Yeah. Yes. I say this often, right? Like, no matter how good you are as a player, like individually, you really need the team to bring out the best qualities in you because you like it's when the team is playing well, like it's when the team can bring out your best qualities. That's when you are at the peak of your powers. And I think the way Newcastle plays, like it's absolutely bringing out the best in most of them. Trippier has been absolutely unbelievable. I think right now going to the England squad, I think it's the player in the most form going to the England squad, like right now to me, because like chances just created from the fullback position, the amount of like the quality of his set pieces, his free kicks, his corners, like his leadership attributes. Because I think he's even the captain of Newcastle. And then he has been like absolutely phenomenal. And Nick Pope to what's the name of this centre back now? Is it Dan Burn or something?
Dan Burn, yeah.
Yeah. So I think like and Botman. So I think Botman was also a very, very good signing that they made. Very good sign that's turned out to be very good for them. And then Wilson is on fire. Like that's why he was able to get it in the England squad. So yeah, I've been impressed. I think everybody in the league has been impressed. I don't think there's anybody here that wouldn't be impressed by how Newcastle has been so far.
Sorry, breaking news. Bournemouth are exploring the possibility of bringing back appointing Marcelo Bielsa as a coach from David Ornstein.
So
I'm just breaking news. Calm down.
The guy will come back and start doing that is inshallah football.
I mean, it's Pep Idol.
As in,
so
okay, so okay, Miss KJ.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
I'm here.
okay, Newcastle at the moment are biting what they can chew.
Why?
What did I just say? They are over.
This guy don't watch. You know to watch Nollywood movie.
I don't know why.
Not listening to patience is awkward too much.
They are overachieving. Sorry. Do you think they can finish in the top for this season?
Well, I don't know. Seriously, I don't think so. Seriously, because I feel like when the games come fast, when this game running. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, but you know.
Okay. So I said I feel like when the games start getting thick and all that, they will end up dropping probably to Europa League or Conference League or something. I don't see them finishing the top four. I feel like the top four will consist more of the
If they
traditional
do, is
top
Arsenal
six
position.
clubs. You said
If they do, is your position they'll collect.
my position. I know Alan, now let's see now. I'm not even going to be drawn into a coalition with someone that is seventh. So please wait for your people.
Oh God. Conditional like Stanley fan. I'll say it many times.
So for me,
I'll continue.
For me, I feel like at the end of the day, like by the time the season ends, they will come back to their normal. I feel like, can you hear me?
Yeah, but yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, I said for me, I feel like by the time the season comes to an end, they will probably be out of the top four. I feel like top four will still be the normal traditional top six clubs that are going to be there. I don't want to mention any club, but like I feel like it should still be the traditional top six club that will be there. For me, yeah, Newcastle have been very, very good this season, but I don't see them maintaining this performance till the end of the season. But this is football. You can't rule anything out in football at the end of the day. Anything can just happen. But for me personally, I feel like before the season comes to an end, they will go back to their normal position.
They are even like they have like favorable, because when everybody starts playing this Champions League, Europa League, they literally like have to wait every 7 days to play their next match.
But it doesn't mean. I feel like it doesn't mean. Last season I had 7 days.
They might even replenish their squad in January. I mean, they have the money to do that.
Yeah.
Is it Newcastle?
But most of the time, this is another different kind of January transfer window, because now there's the World Cup in between. I don't think anybody will be able to like improve their squad. I don't think anybody will be able to. I don't think anybody's going to be able to improve their squad that much this January, because most clubs are just trying to like, let's just finish this season and beg. So I don't know. For me, maybe they can surprise us.
Awkward season for everyone.
Yeah, they can surprise us and just the fact that this season is very awkward. Maybe they can just use that to their advantage and surprise us to get a top four finish. But for me, I feel like when everything finishes at the end of the season, they will probably be back to their normal position. Them having 7 days to prepare for a match and others having middle, I don't think that is going to affect any, because for you to be in that position, I feel like for you to be able to like be in that position to play Champions League or Europa League or anything, you should have planned for all these things already. So I don't think that is going to affect in any way, because Crystal Palace have 7 days every week to prepare for their match, and they will still fuck up.
No. I'm saying like when you're already in that top, like when you're already like in that top four.
Bro, Newcastle are just. I feel like Newcastle are just like, I don't know, 1 or 2 injuries away.
Like Tottenham last season. Did it? Well, I mean in the top 4 is, but yeah, I mean you're right.
For me, I don't think it matters for me.
Okay.
I had 7 days a week to prepare last season also, and I ended up fumbling everything. So I don't think it matters for me. I don't think it matters. So, let's just see how it goes. But I don't think Newcastle are going to be in the top 4 at the end of the season.
Why are you laughing, this guy? Why are you laughing?
Emmanuel said Newcastle look like the dark horse of this season. They might finish top 4 or top 6, or at least top 6.
Yeah, top 6. Cool.
Yeah, maybe top 6.
Jesse.
Yeah.
So you just spoke about after the World Cup. Lastly, or just before we close, you just spoke about after the World Cup how you just want to get a draw from this match and start taking after the World Cup. Mm-hmm. Going into January, which signings do you want to see the club make for Potter, and what positions do you want to fill, and your score prediction?
Actually, I just feel like our squad is good enough. It's just those injury like that needs to come back, and he needs to start making selecting some players that will help the squad, not players that will keep on playing the way they have been playing so far. This is I will not name names, but some players that have been jeopardizing our season so far. So I would just say that I think we need another right back, someone that can play that right back position or right wing back. We need like one more person. I would suggest that we bring back Dijon Sterling as on loan. I think he can play that position well.
Or will you take Lamptey from Brighton?
He's not playing anymore. We sold him. We sold him already.
Oh, okay.
You have Aspilicueta, the talking match.
I beg. That guy is just doing veteran in our club. He should go. We have sold him to Barca. We can make profit. Make profit on the guy's head.
Oh, yeah, no, Spain even carried him.
Spain carried him. Yeah, it's good. It's good for Spain. Spain. They shall carry Marcos Alonso too. So yeah, that's just it. And for the match tomorrow, well, I will never go against my club, so I'll just say just 1-0.
GB, what about you?
I think it's good. I don't know who is at home.
Newcastle. But that's the thing. Chelsea play better away. I've noticed.
Yeah, probably a draw.
Okay.
Don't ask it.
Okay. For me, Chelsea. I don't know why is Chelsea telling them not to ask him. I see Chelsea winning that match. Probably 1-0.
1-0. Okay.
So you're supporting me. I hope all is well.
Yeah, I'm not supporting you. I'm just saying it as a fact. I'm not like you. I speak facts all the time.
Okay.
Don't worry.
We've got to the end of the show. Before we go, each of you should just give us your match to watch this weekend, starting with Jesse.
I think my match to watch this weekend will be Wolves Arsenal. They bring out baby oil for Adama and he rubs that baby oil.
You no go England, go give her that baby oil like this.
If I feel
just pick early flights. Pick early flights tomorrow. Now 8:45, the match long. Now 8:45 before we play. So you go still make up.
Okay, if Adama comes on with baby oil or he starts with baby oil, keep her in trouble.
Yeah, no.
So that was what I just say. I think that match will be the most interesting this weekend. The most boring will be Man City's match. Man City score 2, calm down, they will turn the ball around, pass. Then for the time to chase for the game, they will score another one and the match will end.
Okay, what about you? Your most interesting match and boring match of the weekend?
Of the weekend?
Yeah.
I think I'll go with Tottenham Leeds because I feel like that match will be like if the match lives up to expectation, it's going to be so good, especially on the tactical level. Because Jason March is the kind of coach is very, very underrated when it comes to his in-game switches. Like makes so many in-game switches like that people don't actually like see. So if the game lives up to his bidding, it's going to like be a very, very interesting match. For boring match, I don't know. I'll pick Chelsea's match because the fact is, if Newcastle end up like, why is you're laughing? But the fact is, if Liverpool end up like, and Newcastle end up like playing as you actually feel they can play, Chelsea will be so useless in that match. So I don't know. The match will just be so boring because it will be all Newcastle. I'm not even banting, but like that was the fact. If Chelsea plays as stupid as they play,
like someone is saying, with all due respect, I think you are stupid.
But like I'm not banting.
No offense, you are stupid.
I feel like Newcastle just if Newcastle just end up being the one to play better, Chelsea will be so useless in the match, and the match will be so boring. So the best thing is for Chelsea to play well, for the match to be interesting. So
okay,
like my own, yeah.
I think my match to watch will be Tottenham Leeds too. I think it's going to be really, really high intensity. We know the way Leeds play, and then we know the way Tottenham. If Tottenham is they go down, they chase the game, so it's really like lifts up the game. So I think that will be my match to watch. And also, I think Chelsea Newcastle will be interesting. I do not think Chelsea is going to lose like a game. I don't think so. But I don't know.
I'm not
I don't know.
Chelsea.
Someone already said with all due respect, Chelsea is not good. So, so my boring match would
He
be
show
Man
his true color.
United. Man United. I think Fulham.
How did I forget Man?
I
How
think
did I
it's going
forget
to be
Man?
boring, like boring, because Man United, right? Like they don't like. I don't know, Sha. I think it's going to be boring because it's
You know,
just shout and shout and shout and
the,
scream and
the
scream.
person. I was going to say the match for tomorrow is going to be Fulham United. I feel like they're going to beat us 3-0 tomorrow or Sunday. I feel like it's going to be embarrassing, and that's what's going to make it fun for you guys. But then, since you guys think it's going to be boring, since you guys think it's going to be sad for me now, it's going to be boring for me, obviously. But since you guys think
You have predicted your sadness already. I love this guy.
Don't let Pelly catch you.
You know what they do? He try give himself. He dey try
Don't
give
let Pelly
himself
catch
soft
you.
landing now. Now soft landing they give himself. He dey give himself soft landing.
I don't know.
So
I
then
just,
later this will be like, I said it
I
already.
said it.
Told you. I said it, Cha. Now so Moyo dey do now. Moyo go dey do politics with us for here.
okay, but then you've come to the end of this show. Thank you all for coming. Jesse, any sign off?
Oh yeah, I think the show today was really interesting, and you guys should make sure you like, subscribe, and continue to comment and share with your friends. Thank you.
Yeah, KU, what about you? Any sign off?
Yeah, I'll just say thank you to the people that like turn up to like watch this because, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode this week. We will bring you more content next weekend. Sorry that me and Jesse didn't, fight it out this weekend. I just finished beating him last weekend, so let me just leave this weekend for him. Let him enjoy. So yeah, like
if someone put on baby oil,
subscribe and share it. We are now. Yeah, thanks.
GB, your rival did not come to the Zami, but he was trying to come.
Zami is not my rival.
Bro, that is rival. I beg.
Okay, but then any sign off for me?
My sign off, Alan.
If it doesn't start, GB.
Yeah, fuck off.
You've heard it here first. Captain your Captain Alan in your FPL tomorrow.
Bro, I'm captaining Nunes. I'm captaining Nunes.
I wanted to, when I was to do triple captain, this guy told me that he saw him warming up. He saw him warming up. He saw him training. He trained with them. He told me, I said, GB, I'm going to go and triple captain my Orlando. He said, no, triple captain him. You saw him warming up. You go to start. You know, now start.
He entered and he grabbed the goal now, at least.
I don't know for him, he would have even grabbed two.
Why are you greedy?
Well, anyhow, thank you all for coming.
Why are you greedy?
When the player cannot give him.
Anyhow, thank you all for coming. Please like, share, subscribe, and I promise you I'll bring you more shows. We're going to talk about the World Cup. We're going to have a show about the World Cup next week. And yeah, that's what we're going to do basically next week. So thank you all for coming and enjoy the weekend. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Come on.